The FNaF movie is officially coming out this year, and it's crazy that that is a real sentence I'm saying with complete honesty. There's a lot to talk about with this movie, with the newest trailer. It looks great, and it's all incredibly exciting as a FNaF fan. After 8 years of production hell, it's finally coming. It's insane to think that this film is coming out in mere months. The build-up for this has been hype ever since we first got the castings. The FNaF movie is very exciting, and I'm gonna talk about it. So first of all, the animatronics. They look incredible! Jim Henson's Creature Shop absolutely cooked with these. They managed to capture the designs of the animatronics so well, and translated them into live action amazingly, and I expected no less from them. Look at these guys! Look at them! They even adapted those weird lines on Chica's face that I don't think most people noticed. Like, look. They took these weird lines and made them seams where the head was stitched. I just think that's so cool. They also appear to have made Bonnie more blue than in the original game. I adore how Bonnie is just in a nebulous state of being both purple and blue at the same time. I also want to comment a bit on Golden Freddy in the movie, because I love the way they did Golden Freddy. They could have easily just made it accurate to Golden Freddy in FNaF 1 and just made it a yellow Freddy without eyes. I don't think anybody would have complained, but they went the extra mile and decided to actually redesign him, and I think that's incredibly neat. I love how they took elements from Withered Golden Freddy and had wires coming from his ear and eye socket. Also, to all the people theorizing that this is Mike after getting put in the suit stuffing machine, increase brightness! He is literally yellow. William Afton's Spring Bonnie suit also looks awesome from what we've seen. Oh hey, look, you can see William inside the suit. Foxy and Freddy look incredible as well. I love how they give Foxy actual pants, in contrast to how his pants are in the original game. Something else that we should discuss are the animatronics' eyes. The original movie teaser showed off these piercing red eyes, which were quite controversial as many people didn't like the way they looked. However, in the full trailer, we get a good look at these much better looking orange eyes. I've seen praise for this, with it being said that they fixed the eyes, but this simply isn't true. In the original teaser we can see the orange eyes, just only in this one specific shot. So the bright red eyes we see in the posters and the scene where Abby hides in the ball pit, those will most likely still be in the movie. It's just that the animatronics won't have them for the majority of the film, which is good for the people who were really bothered by them. Also, just a side note, gotta love how the backlash from the original teaser gaslit people into thinking that these empty eye sockets with white dots appeared more than like twice in FNaF 1. What people really should have been asking for is the normal eyes with the pupils glowing white. Anyway, moving on. While the animatronics are obviously the star attraction here, I gotta give credit to the set design too. The atmosphere of the pizzeria is so good, with both the set itself being phenomenally made, and the lighting looking really good as well. I also have to appreciate some little details they put in for the fans. You can see this character here, whose name is surely in the cast but I can't really be bothered to check, is wearing a shirt of the Midnight Motorist minigame from Pizzeria Simulator, which I think is a really neat little Easter egg. From this set photo, we can also see that Chica's Magic Rainbow from FNaF World is on the sign of this ice cream parlor. She's back! We thought we killed her, but she's back! I also love the subtle YouTuber cameos. Here in this shot, we can see Dawko, Razbowski, Baz, Fusion Z Gamer, 8-Bit Ryan, and DJ Sturf as Phasma Entertainment employees, which is insanely cool. Corey X Kenshin also makes a larger cameo as the guy driving the taxi we see Abby and Golden Freddy ride in, which is very neat. We're just missing MatPat and Markiplier. If they were here, then it would be complete. It's also very cool how they have official FNaF merch at the prize counter. They even have this weird looking Chica mask. The camera work is good too. There's some great looking shots featured in the trailer. Oh my gosh guys, it's the picture, look, it's the picture! If nothing else, this movie is visually going to be awesome. Now let's talk about the plot. What are the plot details that we can pick up from the trailer, and what are my predictions? So first of all, I'm going to do some complaining, because I think there are a couple things here that are too revealing, and it's weird to me. Firstly, they explicitly say in the trailer that the animatronics are possessed by dead children, which surprised me. Yeah, I'm sure many people would go into the movie already knowing that anyway, but I still think it's weird how they just gave it away. I would have expected it to be a twist. I do think they can pull this off well, I just think it's a little strange. William Afton also seems to be going by a new alias, Steve Raglan, and he's the guy hiring people. Steve Raglan versus Dave Miller, this is going to be the battle of the century. Okay, so this is the other thing I want to complain about. The trailer doesn't give away that Steve Raglan is William Afton, but the casting does. And it's weird, because it seems to me like Steve Raglan being William Afton is going to be a twist in the movie, just like Dave being the killer in the Silver Eyes was meant to be a twist. Like in the third act, William is gonna take off the mask of the Springlock suit, Mike is gonna be like,
OMG, father?
William's maybe gonna be like,
yes, Michael, I'm your dad. Also, I'm that Steve Raglan guy.
It was real, and it really does seem like that's what they're going for, but in the casting they gave away that this dude was William Afton. People would most definitely predict that's William Afton if he was cast as Steve Raglan, but still. Whatever though, I still expect William to be one of the best parts of the movie, just like he was a huge highlight of the original novel trilogy. It's also possible that Mike isn't William's son in the movie, and if that's the case, then that's stinky and I do not like that. So from what we can see in the trailer, there are three major plots going on here. Mike and Vanessa doing their thing in the pizzeria, Abby and Golden Freddy getting up to some stuff, and this group of people here who we are unsure how they'll affect the plot, but we can see from the trailer that they're going to break into Freddy's and get attacked by the animatronics, probably killed, which we see happen with Hank and Max. This character, Hank, is someone who some speculate to be Henry Emily, because Hank is a nickname for Henry, however I disagree. I think it's likely that Henry will be alluded to in the movie, but everything about him is left super vague so you can develop him more in the sequels. Henry might be who William alludes to when he says,
the owner's just not ready to let it go yet.
I do think he's just talking about himself though. While I don't think Hank will be Henry, I think Abby is definitely Elizabeth as opposed to just being a new Afton kid who just only exists in the movie. Like, look. Elizabeth. Abby. I've barely seen Abby and Golden Freddy together, by the way, but they are already an iconic duo. I think Fredbear's likely will not be a location we see, but it will be brought up in the movie to some extent because they need to explain why there's a yellow Freddy and a yellow Bonnie. I won't be at all surprised if this kid we see in the back of this car in this weird forest dream/illusion sequence, who we know from the castings to be named Garrett, will turn out to be the crying child. With Mike, things are pretty simple. He is struggling financially and takes the job as a security guard at the abandoned Freddy Fazbear's Pizza out of desperation, and he brings his little sister Abby with him because I assume he's not able to afford a babysitter. On the first night, he's going to be instructed about his job by this training tape hosted by this lady named Kin, aka Female Phone Guy. Congratulations on the transition. It's a little bit disappointing how Phone Guy doesn't actually seem to be in the movie, but it's perfectly understandable. It's a movie. You gotta understand that a trading tape is simply a more engaging way for Mike to be taught about the job than voice messages. Another unfortunate change is that the office has normal doors. Come on, you could have totally made that accurate to the game. Anyway, back to the plot. At some point, the police officer Vanessa is going to come in, and she's going to give Mike some exposition about the history of Freddy's. I'm not gonna lie, Vanessa seems kinda sus in this movie. There's something up with her, but I can't be sure what. No, she's not going to become Vanny. One thing I can be sure about with Vanessa, though, is that she's gonna go to the hospital for some reason, probably because she gets attacked by the animatronics at one point or something. Also, yeah, Vanessa is in the movie. She's multiple decades earlier than she should be, but whatever, it's an alternate timeline, it's fine. I say that, but MatPat is totally gonna say that Vanessa traveled back in time because there's a ball pit in the pizzeria. Mark my words, he will say that. Nobody tell MatPat that there's a netted up ball pit and security breach. Don't give him any ideas. Also, there's Mary Stuart Masterson's character, Mike's Aunt Jane. We'll have to wait and see what's exactly up with her. Lastly, I want to talk about this particular moment in the trailer.
What do they want?
They want to make her like them.
Abby? According to Vanessa, the animatronics want to kill Abby, but she is definitely completely wrong. Abby is clearly going to be the same situation as Jason in the Silver Eyes. Mike and Vanessa think that the animatronics are trying to hurt her, but they're actually trying to protect her, since even though they think all adults are William Afton, they never attack children. I mean, Abby being all buddy-buddy with Golden Freddy certainly calls into question the idea that the animatronics actually intend to harm Abby. Something that actually strengthens the connection to the Silver Eyes is Abby looking at this picture here. As brought before, this is exactly like Jason in the Silver Eyes. Let's also go hyper-analysis mode on these particular seconds of the trailer. Foxy is turning away from Abby here, while his face turns into an angry glare. Which would be weird if he really wanted Abby dead. It's clear to me that in this particular scene, the animatronics are going to be casually standing behind Abby, and then Mike will come in and think the animatronics are going to hurt her, and then the animatronics will go attack Mike, due to thinking that he wants to hurt Abby. And that's all I have to say. What do you think? This year is by far the biggest year for FNaF yet, and nothing has me more hyped than this movie. The FNaF movie is extremely exciting, and I expect to enjoy it, even if it's not good. And you can definitely expect a review from me after it releases in October. A bit off script here. This video took a long time to make, as you can guess by it being not particularly soon after the trailer's release. In the time I was admittedly not working on this video, the Ruin DLC came out, and it was good. That's all I'll see now. It was good. I might make a video on it in the future. I think I definitely should. I would be interested in doing so. If you've got any ideas for Ruin-related videos for me to make, leave them in the comments. I'll try to cook up something. Anyway, good night, ladies and gentlemen, and everything in between.